That's your thing. I'm going live for you. Hello. A minute here. Glad to have you with me if you're on board here. Trying to get this YouTube channel to pop up here. Okay. I got that one going. How's everybody today? See if it's what's going on here. All right. Come it's not showing. I'm telling you, it's gonna be one of them days. But why isn't it showing? Oh, okay. Looks like it's showing now. You can see on my phone here where I got an email from the Illinois Lottery that I hit the 452. Illinois Lottery sends me an email. Let's see if I can bring it up where you can see it closer. It tells me I won. I play online, okay? And every time I win, my number comes in. They let me know that I won. I play online with the Illinois Lottery. Do that, I win. I win with PICK-3 at a glance because I use the, I guess you call them the cold hot numbers, working with the law average. And that way I can build a strategy and a skill set to winning. I win 3 to 4 times a month. Better, sometimes, but it's not how often you win, it's how you play the game. Okay? It's how you actually play the game. Okay, you have to have a strategy. You're going to build a strategy and a skill set that's meaningful is that you 1,000 numbers are doing. You can't be guessing what the 1,000 know what they're doing. And you can't get there with the date sums, the grids, the root sums, and the multiple different rundowns. It's just not going to happen because all those rundowns all of them work different for all the states. All the law numbers, all the states work different. So all you have is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers working with the law average. Okay? That's what you have. So you have to play the game like it is. The numbers are random. And you have to play with the numbers being random. Okay? So here's, like I said, on the 11th, I hit the, okay? Using the PICK-3 at a glance. And this is my receipts showing you that I win. Okay? For this channel. And I have other receipts the same, just like this. All right, now let's get to my strategy and system and any questions and answers and get this show on the road. All right. Strategy number 2. This is one of my main strategies that I use. I only have 4 to track the actual 1,000 numbers and how to track them in your state. All right. Okay. Now, give me a minute here while I get this channel set up. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay. Belly, glad to have you with us. Let's see. 1 second while I get this YouTube set up here. Okay. All right. Hey, Seashell, how are you? Glad to have you with us. Okay. Now, this is strategy number 2. That's tracking the single pairs. This is one way that I hit for 2 yesterday evening draw, Illinois evening draw. And you see here, all these are the single pairs, 1,000 numbers. 2,710 of those pairs in those 1,000 numbers. That's why you have to track the actual pairs and know what you're doing. And what I did, I made a triangle that you can track all the pairs in your state. And here we had the 452 come evening draw. All right. And these are I did this to catch for March and February, March, and it goes back to January and back even to December. But I did that to show you all working with the law average. You want to narrow the pairs down to the hot cold pairs. In other words, and working with the law average really is the numbers that haven't played in a while that you're looking at to narrow down. Okay. At the 452 that has 3 different numbers. So you're going to have 3 different pairs on this triangle to mark off. Some of the pairs going to have been and failed already. I have been and failed working with the law average. You looking for the pairs that haven't failed and how to use them to advantage to win and get in the winner's circle like I did yesterday. Now, here's the 452. You got 3 separate numbers. So you're going to have, okay, you're going to mark off the 24 that came out already. You're going to mark off the 25 that came out already for the month of March. And you're going to mark off here the 45 caught up with itself. That's what I mean. When the law average is catching up, you can catch them because you know what number hasn't been out. So you know pretty much what number to play as you study the numbers in your state. Okay? Now here. So there's your 45. First time it came out for the month of March. And any of these numbers that under anything, this is the first time that they fail for the month of March. All right. They almost could have had the 345, but they had the 452 to come out. And see here, the reason I came is because I knew that the 5-5 pair hadn't failed, 5-5 single digit number had failed in the front all month, last month. It hadn't failed in the front or the middle, so I did the 452. And I'm doing the 5-5s that I know right here where the 5-5s ain't failed in over 90 days. So you can be for what the numbers are doing in your state. if say the number was only a double, like say 221 that hadn't came out, that came, I'd mark off the 22 and the 12 because different numbers, so it's going to have two pairs to mark off. It would be 22 and the 12. If it was just a triple that came out, because there's only or triple ones, I'd mark off those double pairs. Triple zeros, triple ones. If it was triple twos, I'd mark off the double twos. If it's triple threes, I'd mark off the double threes. If it's triple fours, I'd mark off the double fours. If it's triple fives, I'd mark off the double fives. Triple sixes, I'd mark off the double six. That way you want to know a triple seven and a triple eights and triple nines. That way you want to know, you'll know that that pair failed. Working with the law average, you're eliminating the numbers to get to the hot cold numbers to look at what you want to play. It's not how often you win, it's how you play the game to win. You have to have a strategy to winning. You can't just, hey Teresa, how you doing? You can't just be using grids and root sums and date sums and tic-tac-toes and multiple different rundown. There's hundreds of them out there, and everybody plays them different, and everybody don't explain them the same. Everybody got a way they do the tic-tac-toe. Everybody got a way that they use the date sums. Everybody got a way they do the root sums. Everybody got a way they do the grids. Everybody got different multiple rundowns and workouts they use. Define the winning number. It's only one way to do this, and that's to track the numbers and narrow them down. There's only one way to do this. There's only one way for me to teach anybody to do this and win. There's only one way. But there's hundreds of ways to now, if you're using this is secondary. This has to be your primary strategy, is knowing 1,000 numbers are doing. And all of mine are consistent. All the strategies are the same. All the strategies talk the same. Do y'all get that? And like I say, all the strategies are the same, and all the strategies talk the same with PICK-3 because you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And like I say, receipts of winning. I have receipts of winning. So, if you don't believe me, just ask them to show their receipts of winning. The ones that's showing this are their strategies. And you'll see more just like that on my channel, just like this, because I post them when I win. For the 11th. See, that's for the 11th. Yesterday, if you go check Illinois, let me know that I won too. But I knew how to set it up. You set up for you to win every day. The run numbers are random. You got to know how to work and play to win. You have to do that. So this here, you can't do it alone. I used to do all this. I know. I used all these methods. That's why I came up with a method that I could teach everybody how to play, and it would be the same in all states and the same way for everybody. This here is not the to do the grids. They got different way they do their root sum. They got a dates. They got a different way they do their tic-tac-toes. They got a different way with the rundowns that they use, how they mark off numbers, how they find numbers. It's only one way to do this. It's only one way to find that they had. Let me show you another thing too. Another strategies. Where is it? Board at? If I know better, put some Bibles in my room. Okay, let's see here. All right, stop. My other board at? Okay, this strategy number 3 right here. Strategy number 3. When I say you're playing the hot cold numbers, working with the law average, all you're doing is just marking off and letting the law average telling you what's the best numbers to play. If you don't play, keep tracking because something eventually will stick out to you. Like right here. See here? Well, I have marked all the numbers that hadn't failed. I took 3 columns from 0 to 9. And what I did, whenever a number come in, I would mark it off in what position that number come in. Just like the 452, I'd mark off the 4. I mark off the 5, which hadn't failed. See this 5, see this underline here? This 5 and 5 front and 5 middle hadn't failed all of February. Those with the grids, the root sum, date sum, tick tack, that you can't see none of that. With you know this. First time that this 5 failed in 30 days. So I knew in the middle. And then there's 2. There you go, bam. It failed. It was the only one that hadn't failed. So working with the law average, 5 got to fall unless they cheating and picking the numbers. Hold on, let me see what somebody's saying here. 1 minute. It's an Edgar Hubbard. When you got time to track numbers, you got to come up with a fast style. Yeah, well, to each his own. Probably I don't have a faster new style, and I really don't have the time. I appreciate your comments, seriously. But if I have what I have, you're more than welcome. Hey, pick and play. I have what I have. You can, move to other channels. There's plenty of, got a lot of styles. They'll even give you numbers. So, welcome for joining the channel. Okay, Herbert. And let me know how it works for you. And if you find out with something that works better, please come back to the channel and tell us. Okay. So Herbie, I think he's one of the, what you call them people, bots. We'll let Herbie just stay on here and y'all don't pay him no attention. I guess he's these people get paid to do this, what they do to interrupt our channels. So get everybody in the winner circle with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Don't pay these bots any attention, none, because they get paid to do this somehow. They get paid for so many channels that they interrupt. Why? I have no idea. It must be money in it for them, but pay them no attention, y'all, because they're trying to distract us. All right. So now I know that 5 that I just won with the 452 and reinvest in the 5 combination, because it ain't played in over pairs. It ain't failed over 90 days. Okay. If you go now, I can look at the 5-5 pair. And so it has been over 90 days since it failed. So I'm taking my money, and that's what I say. That's how numbers. I don't jump on and off my numbers. Okay. Now that was strategy number 3. All right. Any questions on this? Just any other questions? Any other questions? Uh, any questions on the 452? If it's not, I'm going to do the rundown and work the sheet and show you how to find the numbers on the columns. Okay. All right. Where's Okie dokie. If you're new to the channel, the only rundown that you're going to have to worry about is the 111 rundown. No, you have to worry about 111. And they can make a rundown out of any PICK-3,000 numbers except for 000 if they want to. And when you get through adding these numbers up, making a column of numbers, if you don't know why you playing that number, you play. Okay? Now here, 4, 5, 2. You're going to add 1 to the 4. You're going to add 1. You got 4. 1 to 4 is 5. 1 to 5 is 6. 1 to 6 is 7. 1 to 7 is 8. 1 to 8 is 9. 1 to 9, 10, you ain't going to use the 0. You're not going to use the 1. You only use the 0 in the right-hand side. Lottery math, single numbers. 1 to 0 is 1. 1 to 1 is 2. 1 to 2 is 3, 4. Once you get to the number, same number at the top, you get at the bottom, you add it correctly. All right? And that's where you stop at. You don't need to go any further because 1 and the 4, you're just going to get to 5 again, the 6, then the 7, then the 8, then the 9. You're going to repeat these. So that's where you stop at. 1 to 5 is 6, 1 to 6 is 7, 1 to 7 is 8, 1 to 8 is 9, then 0, then you count 1, 3, 4, then you get your 5. Same here. You're going to add 1 to the 2. You're going to count down 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, and 2. Same exact number at the bottom. You get at the top, you add it correctly. That's why I use this, because it's simple and easy to use. That's why I use this strategy, because it's not that it does. And the numbers come right down. And if you make an error in the multiplication, add, you can catch it easily. But if your number up here is 329 or 467 or any of those 1,000, they can make it, or 222 or 999 or 666. Then if you make an error here, even if it's feasible to use, you wouldn't know it. Unless you're good in math, which I ain't that good at math, to be adding 469 to each one of the numbers, or no, 329 to each one of the numbers and get the numbers. And then when you do get these numbers here, what do you know about these numbers even if you decide to play them? But I know everything about these numbers because I can line them up and know what column they're going to fall off in an organized manner to win. Because when the winning number come in here, and okay, you're going to add the 111, you're going to get a roll of 10. That's what any number that they use to put in this 111 spot. That's why I only use this 111 period, because that's all you need. So when you do this 452, I want to know what column this 452 came off of right here, okay? And that's why I say on singles are three separate numbers, three different numbers. And these are singles. They got three different numbers. There are only 12 of them. I made 12 columns. 12 columns on the singles, and you do the 111 rundown on these three, I call them base numbers. Base numbers on top, these 12 base numbers. And these are the run. These base numbers are the numbers that I came up with. 720 of those 1,000 numbers that I combined together that on these 12 columns, you always know what column the numbers fell off of. You always know what column the numbers fell off of. Okay? And if you look at my videos, I explain what these numbers are, which ones they are. It's under the comments, I have a link right under there that gives you a full video explaining the. Okay? Now, so, and you'll see that all these base numbers have zeros in them. And the number you're going to look for the base number going to have a zero in the row. And you'll memorize those 12 little columns, those 12 little numbers, fell in you like mine fell in me. So, but I still can find it easily because now I know. A subscriber to explain to me how to find the base number easier than all the time I've been looking. And she said, your base numbers only got zeros in them. So all you got to do is look for the numbers with the zeros in them. So when I did that, I said, oh man, that helped out a great deal. And I know that's the 018 because you guys it. And here's the base number right here. Now, you know this base number, if this number had came a different way, then the base number would be a different way when you do the 111 rundown. Because all these numbers can come 6 different ways. So each one of these columns make up 60 numbers. That's why it's easy to look at. That's why I call them hot code numbers, because you want to see over time what numbers are left off the columns that ain't played, and as you're looking at playing. Now, okay, so this 018, I'll go to the column with the 018 and find the 45. And here's the 018, and you go, and there it is right there, 452. You mark it out, bam, you're done. Can't get than that. Can't get no simpler than that. Bam, you're done. Then, and just so happened, it came exactly the way it is written on the columns. Like I mentioned to everybody, if you're going to play one of these numbers and the 6 ways they're going to come, at least put coming straight like it is on the column if you plan and find another reason to play it another way. Okay? Because it used the way it is on the column. So find 80% of the time it comes the way it is on the column. The number will. And here is strategy number 2, which I just showed you. So here, strategy number 2, where you the single pairs, but I enlarged it on a whiteboard. You can screenshot and draw. Now you can see what numbers are left. See how this? I say they play catch up. This you can actually see with your eyes. Hey Scott, how you doing, buddy? You can actually see what's going on with the pairs, and that's why I say they are average. You narrowing the numbers down that haven't played. You got this 22 here. They did the 008 yet for the 452. You got this 55. Now see here, you don't have any pairs in the opposite open. That's what I mean by tracking. You see, the 55 and the 00 was open. That's why with the law average, one of the two came in. Like I said the other day, that the 17 and the 26 was open. I said one of the others going to come in. It narrows it down a 50-50 shot. Uh, that's when you put your money off the 452 and invest heavily on that 55. This 55 right here, I know I ain't failed in 90 days. And I'm going to play it on the front still because the 55 in 30 days hasn't failed in the front or the middle. Like here, what I'm saying. Right here, this is the first time in over 30 days in the front or the middle. That's why I was playing it that way. Working with the law average. I know what numbers are hot and cold. And I play the cold first. You see what I'm saying? Uh, duh, 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 duh. You have to know what the numbers are actually doing in your state. None of them gonna run the same. All of them are random. You have people say the numbers ain't random because look at my system. That means they ain't random. No, them numbers are random. Ain't no rhyme or reason to tell you what them 1,000 numbers gonna do. And especially now with that fireball and them wild balls, because they didn't threw the numbers off. I know they off. Still work with them? Yeah, it still works, but they're off. Believe me, they're off. It's taking them longer for them to hit. That's why I say you have to play them till they come, make that money out, but you have to build your budget and build a skill set to how you're going to cut back and how you're going to play. I don't win this just by accident. I know just about how long to play my numbers to win. But when I put that money in the numbers that I know what's going on with them, not numbers that I'm guessing on what's going on with them. Even if I if I'm playing a number come off one of my columns, I know how I missed. I missed that column. It don't upset me. It used to upset me terribly when I missed my numbers and they come out and I lost. But it don't anymore because I'm looking at what's going on with the actual 1,000 numbers. I'm looking at exactly what's going on and what positions they falling in. How long it take for them to come out. It don't throw me off anymore. It gives me more attitude to hang on to the numbers because I know why I'm playing them. And I know when I get off of them, why I'm getting off of them. I give them a certain amount of time to show up. And the same here on the doubles. You have to know what's going on with your doubles. There's only 10 of those. If a double fall anywhere on here, I know if I ain't playing it, worried about it, but I know what went on with that double that I wasn't playing. Like that. It's you'll build your strategy. You just be patient. And if you ain't playing, just try. You'll know if you do want to pick up to start playing, you'll know where you're left off at, where to go back to. You ain't playing in the dark or in the blind. Okay? All right. Oh. All right. Any other questions? Let's see. Same way with the front pairs and the back pairs. Tracking them. It's imperative that you track them. And they and like these let's see, front pair and back pairs that I'm looking at playing haven't showed up yet. Even into the new year, it can take 5 months for them to even show up. 3 months. That's why I don't play just play to play the numbers. Any of these numbers 4 months to show up. Single pairs, doubles. I just showed you over 30 days. The number of the fives to hit in their positions. I've had sevens that I show for 2 months in no position. Where you build your knowledge and your skill set at, working with the actual number. Okay, any other questions here? Let's see what we got. Any questions? Welcome, everybody. But there's no magic to this, no instant giving you numbers and a quicker way of finding numbers. It ain't happening. And especially with that fireball and that wall ball. And I think they did that to make it harder for people 3 numbers straight, to be truthful with you. But that's why it's important comparing the back pairs. Mm-hmm. But this is pretty much a question and answer on the PICK-3 or the glance strategy or any other strategy system that you want to know about. Yeah. What happened there? All right, I'm gonna leave this up to questions and answers. And if you on the channel and you got any questions on PICK-3, uh, I can explain any of this and how it works. And now I don't want to say that this mic can't help you get in the winner circle, but what I'm saying is that you don't know anything from the 10 numbers that you come up with. I don't care how they find them if you're not tracking the actual 1,000 numbers to see what they're actually doing. That's why they always show it hindsight, because they're not looking at the foresight. There's no way you can understand what's going on here if you don't know what's going on here to use it to your advantage. How can you understand it if you don't know what the actual 1,000 numbers are actually doing in your state? There's no way, unless somebody can explain to me how you gonna know. If you don't know the last time a number fell off any of these columns, what you know? If you don't know last time, if you don't know, like I knew that this 5-5 ain't fit 30 days and why I would stay with it or not stay with it or back off of it and pick it back up when I win, like I up numbers that I got my buck that's gonna always be different, always different and changing, always different and changing, always different and changing. This never changes. This never changes. This never changes. Track of the fire never changes. It's consistent. But this can change to any way anybody want to do it. Any and everybody teach them different. How to use a grid, how to use how to use a ticket. And believe me, before I came up with this, I thought all this was until I learned better. When I learned better, I did better, and I changed. I had to change up my home, my car, almost my job, and my wife. So I said, if I ever find a way to show people a better way to get in the winner circle, that I was going to share it. And that's why I don't have the group thing. I don't have the membership thing because I know it's really the best way is to track the actual 1,000 numbers, and it's simple for me to teach. Now I do one-on-one counseling for people that you know want to do something different, and I do charge for these workout sheets here. But other than that, I just don't see it where I would where it's beneficial to me to have the groups and stuff like that because it's too easy for me to teach to people that want to learn. Once I teach you, it's up to you to do the work, not me. Not me to find no numbers. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I'll help you get there, but I can't find the numbers for no state. I don't put up numbers for all states because I know what it takes. Just because numbers are falling in different states don't mean they're gonna fall nowhere near your state. It can take these numbers 15 years to not show up. Then that's a PICK-3 number, and that was before I pretty much before they came up with electronic draw. So no the electronic draw and how long it take for these numbers to show up. All right, anybody else? And how you doing there? Pick and play. Uh, Any other questions? Uh, for today, if I don't have any other questions on it, let's see what we got here. All right, family. So, like I always say, play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. You'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.